Well, Happy New Year and welcome to Heal with Helen channel. If this is your first time here, and welcome back if you've been here before. I'm so excited to be here celebrating the start of a new year with you. Now, there have been issues with some of the guided meditations and YouTube on this channel where they're being interrupted by advertisements. So here's my invitation to you. Please subscribe if you haven't already, because when we get more subscribers and more views, then I can control when the adverts are placed in the videos. And at the moment, I have no control over that. Or the other alternative is you can go to my Substack or the Insight Timer app to my teacher profile, and there are guided meditations there you can listen to for free. The Insight Timer does have a paid version, but you don't have to pay to listen to my meditations, and that also helps me because I get a percentage, the more people listen to them, and helps to support my work. Or you can buy me a cup of tea. The link is there below as well. So, but also, if you are listening on this channel, you don't have access to the other ones. My invitation to you, if an advertisement comes up during the guided meditation, then my invitation to you is just to go with it. It's like, notice your reaction, notice your response, know that it's not going to be forever. Everything's impermanent, everything changes. And then, because unless I rung the final bell, that there's going to be more. And because I don't have music on my guided meditations, there are pauses anyway. So treat it like a pause, and just stay with, come back to your breath, notice your breath, notice any thoughts that come up, any reactions in response to the advertisement, or you want to stop it, you want to go and do something else, and just see if you can sit with it, because it's not going to last more than a few seconds, and then it will be back to me. So there are choices. There are always ways around it. And I admit, when I saw this comment the other day, oh God, my meditations are ruined because of YouTube, and I think, what's the point? Because there is nothing that I can do about it at the moment until my channel has grown enough that I can control where the adverts show up, and stop them from playing them in the middle of the videos. So unless of course you've got a subscription to YouTube, and then you won't see any adverts anyway. So there are always solutions, there are always ways around it. And I think, for me, that was like a lesson of this, to notice my response to what was happening. So this is an invitation for you to do the same. Now, there might not be any advertisements at all, but if you know beforehand, oh, this might happen, then you can just say, okay, this is going to be going on for a few minutes. You can kind of tune it out, don't you? I mean, it's a good way of seeing, of measuring your growth if you're sort of sucked in to these things. I mean, it happens, doesn't it? They're all around us everywhere on social media and stuff. Or we'll just click on that. And I have a rule now: I never buy anything from an advert straight away. I mean, I might, a few days later, if I think, do I really need this? Is this just like, me just trying to get a quick dopamine hit or something? So there you go. Using the advertisements as part of your practice. So anyway, and that's a good way to start the new year, isn't it? It's like, what are your intentions for this new year? I mean, and what one of mine is to live life less reactively. So there's a good example. And to go with the flow, to stop craving, wanting things to be different to the way they are. And I spoke a bit about this, I think it was on my last video or the video before, about manifestation and attracting, what you need in your life. And I've been through some very difficult times, where I was 2 years ago, financially, didn't know if I was going to be able to afford my rent, and was thinking, oh, am I going to be homeless? And this year I am going to be going to Australia. So, you know, and I'm not rich still well, it depends what your metrics are. Obviously, of course, I am compared to a lot of people in the world, but in the UK, I'm not. I'm probably in the bottom, I don't know, whatever percentage. But the thing is, what I've held on to is that sense of faith, gratitude for what I have. And what I have is enough. It's always enough. And it's like Byron Katie saying, you know, loving what is. And we cause our suffering when we want things to be different to the way they are. And it's like if you can live more in the flow, then you'll find and let life unfold. And that doesn't mean you're giving away your power and sitting back and being passive. Of course, we still take action. You know, I'm not going to grow my YouTube channel unless I get on here and make videos and record guided meditations to put on Insight Timer and things, you know, because it spreads the benefit of meditation. But also, I live in the world and I have to earn a living. So, but it's the way that you do it. If I feel like, oh, I'm doing this because I feel like I have to, that I ought to, rather than coming from a place of love, because I'm doing what I do because meditation has literally saved my life. And I want that for everybody, you know, to have this amazing tool. It doesn't make your problems go away, not by a long chalk. I've been dealing with a lot this week, I can tell you. But what it does is change the way that you view them. It makes you resourceful. So my example at the beginning of the video about the advertisements, it's like, oh, I initially there was that strong reaction, but then it's like, then we can find more creative solutions. Whereas in the past, a few years ago, I might give up, oh, well, I'm not bothering with YouTube now, I'll go and do something else. But I'm going to continue, and my channel, through my channel, I can spread the benefits of meditation. And you know, I can talk about it here, and then if you want, and as I say, you want an uninterrupted guided meditation, then you can go to one of my other platforms where there aren't any adverts. But this might be where people find me first. You know, if I'm not visible, if I'm not out there, who's going to know about meditation? Of course, I'm not the only meditation teacher, but the more of us that are doing it and spreading the word, then the more that word is going to spread. And what a great way to start the new year. So if that is one of your intentions this year, to have a regular practice, then Insight Timer is great for that. It's a great little app, and it's one that I've recommended for years, even before I became a teacher on there, because you get stars, and for every 10 days that you practice. And that for me, I don't use it very much now, but when I was during lockdown, especially getting going with a regular practice, it really helped me with that motivation. Well, if I meditate today, I get my star. And it doesn't matter how long you meditate. You can meditate for a minute, you could meditate for 3 hours, you still get that star. So it's a good way of, and there are other teachers on there. You can try different things, see what you like, what way of meditating works for you. Now, the way that I like meditating is with whatever's happening, using whatever's happening the basis of my practice. Now, the last few days I've been doing one of an online retreat with one of my favorite meditation teachers. I've done lots of real life retreats with her, and now she's doing a virtual one with about 100 other people. And it's all about noticing what's happening, not reacting to it, and not wishing it was different. So it's about being aware, but also that quality of awareness. And that really helped me the other day when I was having this thing about YouTube, and I'm thinking, oh, yes, I'm still going to have those feelings, those thoughts of anger, frustration coming up. But I was aware of that, and it wasn't like I was wanting them to go away and wanting these feelings to go away. Then I'm able to sit back and notice that this is happening, and it's the quality of awareness that's behind the thoughts, the feelings, the emotions, rather than than reacting to them, because the thoughts and emotions, they will just arise spontaneously anyway. And if you're able to sort of like detach from them, almost like you're watching a movie or listening to a radio program, and then you can just see it play out. And so that's what we're going to do in today's meditation. So turn off any distractions and get into a comfortable position. If you want, you can light a candle, some flowers. I've got my sparkly lights there, or something that inspires you and makes a sacred space for your meditation. And when you're ready, just feeling relaxed. If you wish, you can close your eyes, or you can have a soft focus. You don't need to look at me. You can look at your, I'd be like doing that, just looking at a candle and just having my focus on that, and what's in your peripheral vision, noticing sounds or anything else that's coming in through the senses. But sometimes seeing can be a bit overwhelming, so you might find it easier to have your eyes closed. So we come into the present moment, just being with exactly what's happening right now. There's no need to wish anything was different. So just start by feeling the support of the earth to ground yourself. Whatever parts of your body are being supported by a chair, the floor, a bed, a sofa, and the parts of the body that are in contact, that's the feet, the legs, sitting bones, back, and just letting your weight sink. And as you breathe in, feel the breath filling your body. And then if you want, you can sigh your breath out and just let go. Letting go of the past year and welcoming the new one. And remember, what you focus on expands. So bring into mind something that you feel grateful for. And it doesn't have to be anything amazing or special. It can even be the fact that you've taken this time out now for yourself to meditate. Could be a delicious meal that you've had, a beautiful place that you visited, a friend, a pet, a loved one. And when you bring whatever it is to mind that you're grateful for, just notice how that feels in the body. Notice what happens to the breath. Perhaps the breath starts to become more regular, slows down, the body relaxes. Perhaps there's a sense of a smile. And you can always lift your energy, your vibration, just by simply smiling. even if you're not thinking of anything in particular. And it doesn't mean that you don't still have challenges or you're trying to ignore anything. That you have to deal with. But the more we can be grateful, the more we're able to deal with things that happen creatively. And sometimes, we might be able to find appreciation for our challenges. Maybe it's difficult at the time, but afterwards you can see how they've helped you to grow, become more resourceful and resilient, made you into the person that you are today. This person sitting on the brink of 2024. Knowing that you have everything you need. Whatever you need is available to you. If you allow life to unfold without trying to force anything and focusing on what you have rather than what you don't have. And just having a sense of your body and the space that your body takes up in the room. And if your eyes are open and seeing is available to you, you can have a sense of that through your peripheral vision. You don't need to look around. You can even have a sense of the space behind you, underneath you, above you, as well as to the sides and in front of you. This space that you occupy. In this body, that's your vehicle to take you through this life. being aware of any sounds as well, and anything else you can perceive through the senses that orient you in this world, gives you your place in it. And feeling how wonderful it is to be alive in this moment. At the moment, in this moment, everything's okay, you're safe, supported, loved. And just allowing that love to fill your body. You can imagine breathing it in through your heart. And then not only does it fill your body, it permeates out into the rest of the world. And by taking this time today to meditate, practice gratitude and love, has a positive effect not only on you, but it ripples out into the rest of the world. And you can come back to this meditation as often as you wish. When you need a dose of gratitude and love, to carry you through this month, this year, whatever that has in store, knowing that you have the resources, you have everything you need. And if you wish, you can just place your hands on your heart. And not only are you sending love out into the world, you're sending love back to you as well. Thank you very much for joining me today. And again, I wish you a very, very happy, blessed, peaceful new year. And I will be back again very soon. In the meantime, take care, go well, and lots of love.